Detained Senator Leila de Lima has been granted furlough for medical reasons. One political analyst says the cabinet appointment of former Senator Juan Ponce Enrile signals the end of the EDSA movement. The Salle Lady Spikers are back in the UAAP Women's Volleyball Finals. They'll be facing the still unbeaten NU Lady Bulldogs for this season's crown. Meanwhile, in the NBA, the Golden State Warriors claimed the title in Game 6 of the NBA Finals. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's everything you need to know to jumpstart your weekend. I'm Riza Diaz. Two Muntinlupa courts have granted the requests of detained Senator Leila de Lima for medical furlough. De Lima's camp had asked the courts handling her drug-related cases for a medical leave. This is for a major procedure that would remove part of her uterus, as it has already become a concern. The detained lawmakers' surgery would start on June 19, and the medical furlough would last until June 23. Her lawyer also said they were on standby to request an extension for the furlough in case De Lima needed more time to recover. Meanwhile, 3 more officials have been given key positions under the incoming Marcos administration. Marlena Caide has the report.
Former Senate President Juan Ponce Enrile will be back in the political scene after President-elect Bongbong Marcos chose him as the next presidential legal counsel. 98-year-old Enrile retired from politics in 2016 after serving for 50 years. He served as Justice Secretary and Defense Minister during the term of Marcos Jr.'s father. In a statement, Enrile vowed to devote his time and knowledge to help the president-elect succeed. Meanwhile, outgoing Justice Secretary Menardo Guevara will be the Solicitor General. Guevara said he feels that the job suited him better, citing his 25 years of law firm practice. He studied law at the Ateneo de Manila University and placed second in the 1985 bar exams. When asked about handling the ill-gotten wealth cases and unpaid estate taxes of the Marcoses, he said all the cases are already in courts and he will stick to what is prescribed under the law. Former AFP Chief of Staff Jose Faustino will also be part of Marcos Jr.'s cabinet. Faustino retired on November 12, 2021, and since a 1-year ban on appointment is in effect, he will first serve as Defense Senior Undersecretary and Officer in Charge, and would later on assume the position of DND Secretary by November 13th. For News 5, Marlene Alcaide, we are One News.
With the appointment of former Senator Juan Ponce Enrile, a political analyst believes that this may indicate the end of the EDSA movement. In an interview with the Chiefs, UP political science professor Jean Encinas Franco said that Enrile's presence in the cabinet would convince supporters that Marcos Jr.'s administration is just a continuation of his father's presidency. The 98-year-old Enrile had served as defense minister and implementer of martial law during the time of Ferdinand Marcos Sr. He was also partly responsible for the dictator's ouster in 1986.
Well, in a sense, it says something that they really believe that they won based on the legacy of Marcos Jr.'s father, and that having Enrile in the cabinet, especially in that somehow prominent position, would somehow cement in their supporters' minds that indeed this is a continuing, this is a continuation of Bongbong Marcos' father's presidency.
In his final days in office, outgoing President Rodrigo Duterte led the groundbreaking rites of the Philippine Sports Training Center in Bagak, Bataan. In a speech, Duterte said the project can create a huge impact on the future of our athletes and of the Filipino youth as a whole. In 2019, Duterte signed Republic Act 11214, the law which created the PSTC seeking to promote and develop sports in the country to achieve excellence in international sports competitions. Once completed, Duterte said, the PSTC will be instrumental in honing the skills and talents of our athletes, coaches, and referees.
With this facility, I am confident we will raise and develop more world-class athletes who will represent the Philippines in international competitions and usher in a thriving sports industry here in the country.
After an intense stepladder format in the semifinals of UAAP Women's Volleyball, the DLSU Lady Spikers and the NU Lady Bulldogs are set to face off in the finals. Party Bautista has the report.
The De La Salle University Lady Spikers are back in the UAAP Finals after beating arch-rival Ateneo de Manila University in the semifinals of the Women's Volleyball Tournament, 25-19, 25-20, and 25-23. They will now face the unbeaten National University in the finals. This will be the Lady Spikers' first finals appearance since season 80, when they completed a three-peat. Ateneo had one last run to keep the third set interesting, but La Salle was able to weather the rally.
Masaya po, but at the same time, kailangan din namin mag-prepare kasi hindi naman basta-basta nakukuha yung panalo, pinaghihirapan talaga to.
For Ateneo, while the result was obviously disappointing, the team is still proud of its late season run to clinch a spot at the stepladder. The Lady Eagles opened the season 0-3 and ended the first round with a losing record. But it was a different story in the second round as the team won 5 of 7 matches, losing only to NU and La Salle.
Of course, you wanted more. You wanted, syempre, coming into season, in this season, especially after 2 years na walang volleyball. Siguro greatest takeaway talaga namin is the importance of being together despite lahat ng doubts sa amin sa team namin.
It will be a tough match for the DLSU after the Lady Bulldogs swept the team during the eliminations. Game 1 of the best of 3 UAAP finals will be on Saturday, June 18, 5 p.m. at the Mall of Asia Arena. For News 5, Marty Bautista, We Are One News.
Rolling ball.
Meanwhile, the Golden State Warriors have been crowned the 2022 NBA champions after taking down the Boston Celtics in Game 6, 103-90. The Warriors once again proved their championship medal in Game 6 after making a furious rally in the first half and securing their lead until the end. Steph Curry once again led the way for the Warriors with 34 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists. Curry was named the NBA Finals MVP as the Warriors claimed the franchise's 7th championship overall and their 4th in 8 years. And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later at 9 in the morning as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Riza Diaz. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.